we're doing something different today. You know, this is D. Rochelle with Bring the Funny podcast. And with me, I have High Talks 420 podcast and I have Temperature Check podcast. And today we're going into, actually tonight, you know, and I thank you so much, all y'all for coming. We're going to talk on, you know, basically what we all been talking about earlier is what's been going on in the news. This is not, even though this is Bring the Funny, this is not going to be a funny part. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're going to try to do some things to kind of uplift your spirits and things of that nature. But we're here to just more so speak on what happened, bring awareness, our voices, our opinions, our thoughts and prayers go out to every single grandparent, parent, aunt, uncle, you name it, that lost one of your babies during this mass shooting. It was disgusting. It was terrible. And with the media, one thing that is pissing me off, you guys, is how the media is portraying this. Like, you know, the media, they love mass shootings. Like, that's their shit. It's mass shooting is like a circus to them, not knowing that, you know, can you imagine, like, as a mother?
I honestly cannot.
Like, as a mother, like, you're getting that phone call. You're sending your child to a place to where this is supposed to be.
And just knowing they're coming back home, right?
They ain't coming back. Like, my thing is, I was up all night, like, just looking at my son. I'm like, damn, just imagine if I took you to school and then the next, like, that day I'm getting a phone call saying, you know, I'm sorry to inform you. You know, that's hard. You know, so that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to let everybody go ahead and introduce themselves, you know, talk about which podcast they're from. So let's go.
Want to start it off? Go ahead.
Hi, what's up, yeah. My name is Khalil, aka Lil, and I'm part of the High Talks 420 podcast.
Hey everybody, I'm Winter. Y'all will go ahead and hear and see me on Bring the Funny podcast.
Sorry.
Hi, everybody. My name's Courtney, but you call me Coco. I'm from High Talks 420.
Yo, my name's Justin. You can call me King from High Talks 420 podcast.
Why'd you get so serious in here?
Hi, my name is Javon, but you guys can call me Vaughn. I'm from High Talks 420.
All right.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Westside from Temperature Check podcast.
So what y'all take on everything? How you feel, Westside?
How I feel on it?
Yeah.
Well, when I saw it, it caught me off guard because I feel like nowadays when those type of tragic things happen, like partially you trying to process, is this real? Because it's not something you see every day. So when you see that, especially it's coming from an elementary school, and the amount of people that passed in that situation, it really catch you off guard, and you really just trying to process emotions. Like, you trying to figure out what could have been different or changed, like why those kids had to get up, go to school for their last time. Like, and that's what any tragic thing, from the supermarket shooting,
Right.
From the previous other shootings at the school. I believe there was one in Florida, like Columbine. It seemed like a consistent pattern of like mass shootings. And my whole thing is like, wow, like what could we do different to maybe like slow that down or stop it completely? Because I don't think that's common in other countries.
It's not. And, you know, I don't want to go ahead and just jump the gun, but from my opinion, I don't think they're trying to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't think they're not, because my thing is, when I was looking on the internet, I seen one of the Democratic candidates for governor. He actually went at the governor of Texas and was like, he basically said it was something that you guys planned on doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that it was completely disgusting, because I'm like, at what point do these kids stop getting killed?
Mm-hmm.
At what point where it's like, enough is enough? Like, you even had, I don't know if you guys ever seen that show called Abbott Elementary.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw that one.
Yeah, it's funny, yeah.
I like it a lot.
How about the writer, which is one of the teachers?
Yeah.
She was told to write an episode about a school shooting in that show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's just like they capitalize off of that. It's like Channel 10, they're sitting there chilling, all of a sudden school shooting. It's like, even
Everything
when,
else stops.
right. What got me was the parent. She found out her son made honor roll. She went to the honor roll assembly, she left. She came back to the school when she found out her son was shot and killed. And the media did, they had the camera in her face. Just
Oh, yeah, she was
her.
crying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Like, I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? It's like, this is not, to them it's a circus. To them it's a walk in the park.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what if you could hang your camera up, go back to the news station, drive in your car,
Go back home to your kids.
Thank you. And they have to worry about funeral arrangements, grief. I can't imagine that shit. I can't.
I feel like with the media outlet, the way, because I seen a movie, I don't know if it was called Nightcrawlers or something like that, and it's basically like this guy, he was part of like news media, and his whole job was to get there first.
I seen
Right.
it. I seen it, yeah.
So if you've seen it, you've seen like how hard his life was, but like him finally figuring out ways to like get there first on the scene, his life started to get better. But I think in that kind of field, you start to get numb to like bad news because that's your job. Your job is bad news. It's just like a nurse or a doctor. You know what I'm saying?
There's a way
But
of
there's a
going
limit.
about it. You know, like if I'm a nurse and if
There's
I'm
a
a
limit.
doctor and someone was shot, I'm not gonna come up to them and be like, "Oh, my bad, bruh, your son dead."
There's like no form
and-
of respect for the living or the dead at that point.
Exactly. Like you got the camera all in this woman's face. She's crying because you want the perfect photo op, so you can go back to your boss and be like, "Oh, good job on Sweet Sweet." Fuck that.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what upsets me too? It's like with the media, they're more focused on abortions instead of gun laws.
Well, this whole country is money driven.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah,
it
it
comes
is.
to that,
Because they won't even like there's this big commotion about them not wanting to do the whole thing behind the NRA.
Right.
Everybody's gonna stand still.
Yeah.
The Senate done took 10 days off. Like, take care of this whenever.
I dog on vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they're
It's
supposed to
sick.
be having a convention soon, in Texas for the NRA too.
Sad.
Yeah, and think about it. Back in what? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 2018 when Stoneman Douglas, the shooting in Stoneman Douglas.
And there was also one for Sandy Hook as well. Back in 2012, I think.
So let's take it back to 2012 to 2022. That's 10 years. What can we say what was done?
Nothing.
Nothing.
And that's the fucked up part. Do you know that the United States has had over 50 plus mass shootings? 50.
Damn.
You know what's crazy too?
Mass shootings. I'm not talking about schools. Mass shootings.
So yeah, I agree because they had. I know there was one at it was like a Las Vegas show, and this dude like was like sniping down.
Yeah.
Then there's the DC
But like she
sniper.
said, time after time, like it constantly
Yeah.
happens and nothing is being done. It just goes into the media. You know, it's the talk for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And, everybody on social media.
It goes
my
under
thoughts
the
and
rug
prayers with that fake
until
shit.
the next mass shooting, and it's just in rotation. While governors, senators, everybody, they just sitting up, and it's like nothing is being done.
They're banking off the shit.
I mean, the issue is also gun control because the boy who shot up the school, he was 18 and just bought a gun.
Right.
Yeah, I think he
He
shot
bought
his
2
grandmother before he even went to the school.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You
They
shot your
Yeah, I
grandmother?
think he killed his grandparents.
Yeah, he
before
did.
At one point, they said that she was in critical condition.
Oh my God.
I honestly feel like it's deeper than just gun control. You know, because when you say gun control, like what really puts you in that box to say this is considered gun control?
Right.
The issue is that you have mental ill people able to get a gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're not doing no type of.
Exactly. So it's like and not to mention, I know they were saying in the media, he's no stranger to the police because there's been altercations with him and his mother.
Oh wow.
So like he has like a record basically on file. So like how is it that he was able to get 2 rifles at that? At that point, the rifles, like, they were meant for killing. That's another thing. Like, why are these things even able, like, out for the public to even purchase? Like, keep them for war and that be that. Like, why are these things, like, you can't even hunt with these guns, but the public can get them. Like, what is the purpose behind that?
It's disgusting.
But the thing is, what is the purpose behind it? So you're putting it out there for it to happen. So it's like at the end of the day, they're not going to do anything because they're the ones who's in control of it to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're making a lot of money off of that. Like I remember when COVID first started, like one of the main things that a lot of people were buying were guns. Like the gun stores were sold out.
And it's like, what was the
sold
purpose?
out. And I'm like, y'all
for
stuck in
what?
the house for COVID. What y'all finna shoot the disease? Like, you better not step foot at my door. Like, I ain't understand it, but
Call 2 times.
yeah, call, please call.
Sneeze on me, man.
It was
Sneeze on
just
me.
crazy. Like, it was
it
masks and guns and ammunition. Those are the things that was going off the shelves. And I'm like, what are they
That made no
preparing for?
sense.
And that's when they started saying, oh, it was supposed to be something like they were talking like something might happen during the whole pandemic.
Yeah, like people would really like break into your homes. Like
Yeah.
people I think people were doing that in some states. People were getting their house breaking into because
Well,
Yeah.
they don't do that down here. They know better.
You get shot the hell up.
People don't shoot up. If I'm not correct, people don't shoot up like hood or like black.
Yeah, they
schools like
don't.
that.
Yeah.
They know
don't.
not.
Oh
to.
no,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
You
They
know
know
what I
Because they
do?
know to figure their ass
They
out.
know better.
They know
But that's
better.
crazy though.
Every time I hear mass shootings, I'll be
Uh-huh.
like,
It's a white kid.
is it a black or a white person?
Exactly.
And
Facts.
it's sad, but for the most
99.9% of the
part,
It's
time,
always
it's
white.
white.
Always white.
It's always
Yeah,
I've
white.
never heard
First
of
of
one
all,
black man
and
saying
a
they
a
big-
robbed
black
school.
child
Big
not gonna do
school.
that because
Yeah.
you're not gonna go to that school and embarrassing your mama like that because
Okay,
your mama didn't
your
whoop
ass.
But we're made out
Yeah.
to be problematic.
The bad
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Name
Yeah.
one. Only thing is, okay, the DC sniper, but the DC sniper didn't go to an elementary school and
Yeah,
start
he was
popping,
just said like,
Yeah.
just firing off
random,
rounds on children.
Yeah.
These are all white people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, except for this guy.
Yeah, he was like,
And,
He's Hispanic, I think.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Nicholas
He was
was it?
Hispanic?
I think.
Was he
yeah.
white?
His last name is Ramos.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a
Raymond.
Hispanic.
Yeah,
He's
Nicholas
a
was the one
Hispanic
who
kid.
shot
But
up.
I'm
He could still
saying I
be
don't
white.
think
He could
Nicholas
still be
was
white.
white either. His last name is Cruz.
Yeah.
So possibility. Either or,
They
they
weren't
ain't one of
black.
us.
Yeah.
They just
one of
weren't
us.
this color.
but
It's
it's
alright.
just crazy like when you hear these type of things because I'll be like, what is going on in a household for a child to say
Everything.
I want?
And they're talking about, oh,
Yeah.
he was bullied because he had, poor clothes. I wore Shaqs in high school.
Bitch,
Yeah.
hand me downs.
We all went through the struggle. You don't see me
Exactly.
going around
Shooting
here.
up shit.
Exactly. I had fake jersey dresses from the flea market. You don't see me
Okay.
out
It's okay. I
shit.
feel like all that is bullshit because, like they said, in the same breath of him being so poor, he found the time to save up 5 racks for
Go
these
back to
rifles.
get his
Yeah,
bullets.
exactly.
So it was
Yeah.
premeditated.
The,
Yeah.
correct.
He planned
Now,
this.
The sick part about it is when it comes to them doing their crimes, they find every type of mental issue
Yes.
or all
Exactly.
this. But
God.
the moment that a black individual acts out, and not even on these terms,
Mm-hmm.
it's we're thug, gang related, all this other foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
When
That's the
George
sick
Floyd
part.
died, they tried to dig up everything they found.
Mhm.
Not to
That's
mention,
the sick part.
yeah, you're
Because
trying to find every little thing. Okay, you're taking away from the fact that he was killed because this fucking officer had his knee on his neck.
correct.
Yeah.
He ended up
But then
dying.
y'all talking about, oh, well, he tested positive for COVID. We don't give a fuck. That's not what
No
we're
one
here.
has
Oh,
to
yeah.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't even mean that.
Like,
yeah,
the thing
like he had
is,
COVID or some
like,
shit. Like, no one give a fuck about that.
back to what was this idiot's name?
Ramos?
Yeah.
Like the first thing that they put in the media after they tell you like this is when it was as far as with it being 14 kids.
Mhm.
The first thing comes after that is about him being bullied.
Oh yeah.
But that doesn't mean like what does that have to do with anything? Any
Mm.
fucking thing. Like they're trying to like cover
Justify
up
Everything else. besides
why
fuck
he
that
did it.
shit.
You're not
Versus
pushing the
if
fact
it
that he
was-
went on Instagram
Exactly.
and tagged
Mhm.
everybody
Versus
with
if
these
it was
guns.
a black person, they'll go ahead and try to paint it out to be
We're a
Oh,
thug.
he's yeah.
Our great great grandmother was a thug. The great great grandfather was a roller. They're gonna sit here and make us seem like we are the worst of the worst.
yeah.
But now it's he was bullied. I don't give a fuck. That does not give you the right to
technically,
take the
To
life.
shoot up.
technically, the fucking
them kids in that bully you.
technically,
Yeah.
black people are bullied day in and day out.
Thank you.
For
Do
real.
you think that's what made the difference though? Like the fact that you are born through poverty, struggle, like out the gate, and that you deal with that so much on a frequent basis from whether it's
We
people in
deal
your
with it,
household.
but we don't go around shooting.
Like, yeah, I
we-
know, but I'm saying like I'm trying to figure out like what makes the difference. Like why is it that Ramos went in there?
I
and
don't
did
even,
that?
to be
Mhm.
honest, I
And
don't
not
even
Tyreek.
think.
You know
I
what I'm
don't,
Yeah,
saying?
you feel me?
I don't honestly think that was the real reason behind it.
Mm.
I feel like they just want to put it out there to make it seem as if he
Because
was
to
a
me-
troubled child,
Mhm.
as
Right.
they would like to
Mhm.
to paint it in the media.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's no like in all honesty, when it comes to you hearing somebody being bullied, their retaliation is going to be on the ones who bullied them, or
Mhm.
they're just going to go ahead and take their stuff out.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's like you did neither one because these are fucking babies.
Yeah.
Don't know you from a can of paint.
Yeah.
So
For
that
real.
cannot be
The ones
the
that bullied
reason.
you.
Exactly.
18 years old.
And
That's
that
so why
doesn't
you
make
shoot
sense.
them.
7-year-old.
You know?
Yeah, they're
That's
like
I was
what,
trying to figure out,
second
'cause
to
when
fourth
I found
grade.
out he was
Most of them
18,
are. Most of them.
Exactly.
Most of the victims were like 10 to 11.
Yeah, they're
You
like
said they were
second
all
to
in the
fourth
same
grade.
The youngest
The
one was
one-
in 2nd grade.
No,
Yeah.
all the ones that were murdered, such a harsh word, were all in the 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
But there were others that were injured. And I think the the youngest one that was injured was in the 2nd grade because they
Yeah.
did say all of the victims that were killed were all in the same class.
Yeah,
He
'cause
walked in
he
and
went in the
told them,
classroom.
"You're going to die."
because he had
Wow.
dropped
What?
he had dropped the ammunition when he saw the cop that engaged him, and then ran into one classroom, shot up everybody in the
Yeah.
classroom,
He walked
including
in,
the two
he
students,
told-
including the
This
two
is
teachers.
fucking sick, yo.
He told them kids that they were going to die.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. He
Yeah,
threatened
and
shot
one of the girls, she actually called her mother.
Mm.
She had enough time to call her.
She
Okay.
called,
It
yeah,
was
she
the
called.
one. I know one of the girls. She was calling 911,
Oh.
and he shot her, and she was next to her best friend, so her blood was
All over her.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that's
shit.
traumatic.
Like, this is,
That sounds
Whoa,
crazy.
bro.
and the media is capitalizing off of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It's-
Edge one
24/7.
money.
But you know what the crazy part about I seen on Instagram is the fact that one lady said, "Was he here illegally?"
Who give a
What
What
the
does-
fuck does that
What
matter?
does that mean?
So because,
What
what did
does
that do with
got to
anything?
That was
Because
from
then
when
they
they
don't
found out
fucking
he was
feed
Spanish.
immigrants.
Not
Because-
that long.
exactly.
That's like another stereotype because he's
Yeah.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
You know
Okay,
what I'm
so
saying?
what about the
So-
nigga? What about the so what about the dude that killed everybody? That guy up in Buffalo. He's
Oh
from
yeah,
here.
he targeted
Yeah.
like
Right.
I
He's
think
not here.
18
He's
black
not here
kids.
illegally.
Yeah.
But yet he get charged one
I
count.
was just getting ready
Yep.
to just say, do you
Yeah.
want to talk about how they gave him
Crazy.
one capital?
One count.
Yeah, one
That's
capital
it.
count of murder.
But
I'm like, so what about the
curious,
other
like,
ones?
What like how
What
did
about-
they add that up and said that's one?
What the
Like,
rest of
Because
them?
he's white and
Nah.
he's privileged.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
That's all it
Basically.
is.
And most likely has
He's
a mental
privileged.
to me,
illness.
how many people
It does. They don't
So
even
like
have
14
those. He's
mental
just
illness.
privileged.
and they added all that up and said
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
only one
One
count.
One count.
count.
One
What
count
about the
of,
what
second
about the
degree
rest?
murder.
What about the rest?
He's privileged, as we all know.
But see that, and that's one thing I have to say. Like with the law and how things work, it always comes out showing that there's a difference when it comes to
Oh, of
ethnicity.
course.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
They was never made for us.
like when I look at a situation, like for example, and I know it's different from what we're talking about, but let's say like a situation where foul play in a bedroom, a
Mhm.
man and a woman. Let's say a college kid, right?
Right.
Right.
And you'll take one guy. He probably didn't even do nothing. He probably wasn't even in the room. But the girl said he did it. Whatever. He's black. He's gonna sit, right? And then you take one with the kid from Stanford that was on the swim team,
White
and
kid.
he raped a girl that was
A kid.
unconscious, and they
A
said
white
that
kid.
A white
they
kid.
didn't want to like sentence him and send him to jail because they felt like it would ruin his life.
Yeah, his
And I'm
reputation.
like, well, how do you come to that
Fuck his
conclusion?
reputation.
No, how do you have that sympathy for one but not for the other?
Because
Yeah.
You know
that
what I mean?
laws was never meant for us. That's just like with Dante.
Mm.
Dante was. Well, I don't want to mispronounce his last name. Yeah, but everybody know.
Deontay Rosales.
Mm.
Now the thing is, we all know just by. Okay, let me tell you something. If you're going in to rob somebody or whatever the case may be, I don't really know all the facts, but
You still trouble me, right?
They
It's so
said-
bad,
they
right?
said
One
that
count of
the-
second
They
degree
said
murder.
that the victim was stabbed, I think, over 20 times.
She was stabbed
God
25
damn.
times.
That's a crime of passion.
Yeah.
That means
Yeah.
you really gotta have it in. Just and you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
stab
so
it.
You
If
wanted
you're
you
If
was
you're going
out
there
for murder.
to rob somebody,
You're not coming.
exactly.
Yeah,
You're
you
not
was
going
out
there to
for
kill
murder.
somebody.
Out for murder.
Yeah.
But
You woke
went,
up and chose
granted,
violence.
you went in the house.
Uh-huh.
However, you weren't there to kill her. He's like, I didn't do this. I didn't do this.
So who
Now-
did?
The son.
No, the son
Everybody
did.
said-
Son.
Yeah,
No,
everybody-
Moochie didn't kill him. The son killed
The son.
her.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
sick shit about it is that day, like all of us. Okay, that day they're in and out the house, in and out the house.
Mm.
The knife doesn't appear on the front doorstep until the next day. So you mean to fucking tell me that all you motherfuckers that been in and out this motherfucking house
And didn't see a
Ain't
knife
seen
in
no
and
front
ain't
of
seen a motherfucking knife?
Y'all
That's not
blind?
bullshit.
Y'all
That's
colorblind?
It's like
I call bullshit.
the crazy part about it is, real talk, y'all. As a parent, how do you even like? I don't know if all of y'all have children, but
I do.
You do,
Yeah.
and we do as well. How do you even prepare your child to say if you hear gunshots? This is not like when we were in elementary school and it's stop, drop, and roll,
Hell
tornado
yeah.
warning.
Okay,
Right.
going in the desk.
It's how do you tell your child? How do you prepare them mentally to say if you hear a gunshot
There's
at
no way.
a place where you're supposed to be learning and coming home to me? How do you? I have my son and I have 3 stepdaughters. I cannot sit here and sit with them with a straight face and say, if you hear a gunshot, don't worry about yourself. Don't try to be the hero. Find a place, hide, and try to call me.
Honestly, there's no way to.
There's
You
no
can't-
way.
you
There's
can't do
no
that.
way.
First and
can't do that.
foremost, I cannot prepare myself to even have that conversation, yet alone to actually physically have it
Right.
with my
Mhm.
kids.
Right.
First and foremost, I have 2 girls. 1 is 7, 1 is 5. My 5-year-old, she's just that, a 5-year-old. La La Land, everything is butterflies, cupcakes, rainbows. Gonna do what she want to do. Listening is not a thing of hers. So even like no matter what I tell you, it's still going to be fucked up because I have to. It's going to be a part of me. That's like, I don't know if my baby ever come home because it's a possibility she's not going to do what the fuck I told her to do. At the end of the day, it shouldn't even have to be a topic.
It shouldn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It should not be a topic. Like you send your kid, you get your kids ready. You send your kids to school. But in mind, your routine is that they're coming back home, and you're going to get back, to do it for the following day.
Right.
I feel like there's no way to really prepare a child. Also, because of the fact that I can sit here and tell you, hey, if somebody walks in this room, they got a gun, do this,
And
right?
as soon as it goes,
But when
hey,
it actually
You're not gonna
happens,
actually do
are you
that.
gonna
Like, you're not gonna
remember?
remember
Yeah.
what fucking.
Tell me what
Yeah,
did you
like-
say? And then
Fight or
next minute,
flight.
If you've never been
Yeah.
in a situation where a gun is pointed at you,
you don't know.
You
what
don't know
to do.
shit.
freeze the hell up, scream. I
Yeah.
have girls, and they'll
That's
probably just
crazy.
scream their life away.
yeah,
That's all they know.
that's tough to even
Mhm.
teach a child. Honestly, I feel like they need to change up the schools.
I think they
ha-
should
how
shut that
run
shit
it.
the fuck
The
down.
Schools doors should be locked.
There's
Shut
in
that
general.
shit
There
the
should
fuck
be-
down.
how he even got in there.
Like,
Yeah.
shut it down.
Yeah,
No, shut it
there
down.
should be a security guard in the
Her
front.
off.
There should be all the doors. I feel like should be locked,
Mhm.
and the only way, if you're inside, and then
You can't get it. You can't get in.
custodian and principal should
Yeah.
have the keys just in case if
Yeah.
like they need to get in there for
Mhm.
something. But he shouldn't be able to just walk in.
Correct.
And,
It's
let me
just-
just open
But
this
that's
door.
what's
Mhm.
happening because I think even with Stone and Douglas. Now, what I do know, my girls, they at a private school. So I can't speak and say how it is for all schools, but I know like their schools, like their security is on a whole different
Terrible.
level to the point where like I was even agitated because I couldn't even go from this area to the next area because I have to be buzzed the hell in or somebody
But
has
see,
to
that's
have
how
a
it
key.
need to be.
That's
Right, but I'm
for
saying
real.
that's a private school. I mean, I don't know how it is for public schools.
Public school.
Public school is trash.
I could go there and say, yo, I could go, because he's an old school. They're all old school.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
like, yo, what's up, OG? I'm just going to go visit a teacher. They'll
Okay,
let you
cool.
in.
Yeah.
They'll let
Yeah,
you in.
because
Some
you
schools
feel me,
is
you're
open.
cool
You
with
can
the
just
teacher
walk
or
right
whatever,
in.
they'll
Yeah.
let you slide.
Yeah, private schools don't. They like, and to be honest, they're at 2 separate schools. Like my baby girl's school, I can't. My oldest girl, like once they go ahead and like identify me, I can go in. My baby girl's school, they'll just talk to me from outside, like over the intercom. Like they don't even.
That's one thing I like about
cross
my
that
son's school
shit.
is that
That's
I
good.
I don't really even know what the inside looks like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I had to go like they're like, you're not walking to the class, you're not getting past this. There's so many doors. But
Yeah.
it's like, even with that, you're not gonna be able to stop that
Mhm.
if you have a rifle.
Sure.
That's the the fucked up part. It's like it's crazy to the point where I'm sitting here like, damn, we're really gonna have a class in the schools on how to protect yourself from getting shot at school.
Yeah, honestly, like other than armed security on the campus, the only thing I could think of is if they allow teachers. And then even in that type of situation, you got to screen these people. Like you can't
Yeah.
just say,
Teachers weird.
"Oh,
And
you
I
got a
don't
job.
even
Here's a
think,
gun."
and
Like,
I don't even think that's the best route neither because
Because
not
people lie.
every, not only that, not every child is a child, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
There's always that one or two that are just Ramos coming up, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Right.
All they need to do is come around, and next thing you know, the whole damn class is gone.
I feel
Yeah.
like another thing they need to do also is put money back into the school systems because I feel like all they do is drain money,
That's all
take
they
money
doing.
out. And for the fact that they taking money out, it takes away resources, and resources take away opportunities, and all that it just leave for people in situations like maybe Ramos or maybe like somebody else in the future that may come up, and that lack of financial support in the
Yeah.
school
Yeah,
system
that's
Yeah,
true.
I agree with that.
But
trickle
it-
down. You know what
I
I
saw
mean?
the school board building a couple days back. It's just a whole glass building.
Yeah.
You have all this money to create a glass building, but you can't put that money into the school system.
Exactly. Like what?
You know what I mean?
Look at
Maybe
the
like a
fucking school
therapist.
lunches.
Like maybe the kids should be able to have somebody in the school they could talk to. That would go a long way.
If they
honestly-
if they had, my thing is, it all stems back to mental health. So you're right, because my thing is, you know, I was bullied in school. I'm pretty sure all of us were.
Yeah.
You know, I was this height since kindergarten.
Yeah.
So it's like,
For real?
What?
I just had to ask.
well, no, real talk. I was probably like a good 5'3" in kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn.
That ain't normal.
Okay,
That's
you know
bad.
what? We not work.
5'3"?
But it's better than when she said she was that height.
You need
They let you
4'1"
on campus? Like,
or 4'3".
Is that what we doing?
no, I'm saying, like, if
That's
you was that
somebody
tall, they'd be
needs-
like, what
Right.
child you
Yeah.
picking up? Like,
I feel it. So, okay, so like I was saying, I was your height in kindergarten.
okay. All
Wow.
right.
But
Damn, she called you short.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I relate.
Oh, he's
I'm with you.
Okay.
He's not
Okay.
short. He's fun size.
Oh, damn.
Wow, that's
You was
even
like,
worse.
That hurts
That's
even
like-
more.
I had to bring some light in the
How is that
Nice.
better?
That's way
I had,
worse.
to, I had to bring some light, you
Bring it
know?
on in.
And you target him.
Yeah.
I ain't targeting nobody.
Mm.
So, no.
She don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
She doesn't recall.
I don't. I plead the fifth.
Oh,
My thing is, you know, we all have been, you know, made fun of, bullied in some way. And unfortunately, in our community, therapists, psychologists, that was overlooked. It was
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mhm.
You know,
Pray.
ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
And
Pray.
I'm like, ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong praying. Let me tell you something. Prayer gets you a long way, but I need that extra help.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You know, and I feel like a lot of times where I just don't like where it's, you know, what's the word? It's like they always use that word, oh, they were bullied, so it's using it as a gateway of saying, oh, well, let's give it a pass. No. If you were bullied, say something and get some fucking help.
Yeah.
Like,
real.
don't just keep that shit bottled in. I mean, everybody goes through different shit in life, but that's no right to go to a store and shoot somebody.
For
Take a,
real.
like, you're not God. What gives you the right to go and anywhere and take a life?
He said
And then
my
say,
bands.
oh, I was bullied. No, I'm sorry. Everyone I know has some type of mental health issue and was able to either get help or didn't. But that does not give you a right to go and shoot at an 8-year-old. You're
Yeah.
18.
But I don't see this, and this is another thing I don't get. Like, usually when these things happen, they go to their school. Like, all right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was
Tyler
18.
that always
and he was
pick
in
on
high
me
school.
in PE.
Yeah,
I know exactly where
that's a
he's gonna be
grown-ass
at.
man.
I
All
know
the
which
little
corner
boys
he's
that be
in.
on the wall,
Exactly.
I know
He's
exactly where they're gonna
considered
be
an
I
at.
know
adult.
exactly
He
what
like,
corner
nah,
he's
I'm
gonna
not even
stay.
gonna hit up my
Grown-ass-
school.
They're writing these people on Instagram tomorrow. Oh, did you see the gun I had? You
Wait,
look.
what?
Excuse
He
me?
tagged a bunch of people
Yeah,
on
he did.
Instagram, and they were
Yeah.
writing him saying, "Why are you tagging me in this?" Oh, I got a secret to tell you.
Yeah.
He knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
But see, this is my thing. Why isn't nobody reporting that? Like, why is that not getting checked? Why is that not instantly?
I mean,
like,
not
oh,
many
Exactly,
oh,
because
let me
Instagram and them
check
can block me
social
for
media.
saying the word bitch,
Yeah,
and then
but-
put me in, house or whatever they want to call it. They block me for
Bitch.
3 days. Yes,
Mhm.
but they can block me for 3 days. I can't post shit.
Yep.
But he's tagging people in the rifles he shot to kill these kids, and nobody reported. It's what are you sending me that for? Oh, it's a little secret. No one said, or
The fact
the
that
co-
he said
the
it's
company
a little
or
secret,
the headquarters of Instagram didn't see like, oh,
Because they
there's
see every
guns.
fucking thing.
It was the
Everything.
same. It was the same incident with Stoneman Douglas. Dude
Yeah.
was posting
The
his
dude
guns.
was
like a
Yeah,
girl
and he
he
tagged
was
all the
bored.
fucking kids.
And then
Exactly.
nobody reported it, and the next thing you know, he shot
But
him.
that's crazy. It makes you think. If I'm telling you that if I go on your Facebook status and say, I'll kick you in the face, you stupid ass nigga, I'm getting blocked for 3. Oh, you're restricted and you're going at the
Bullying.
bottom of the food chain or
Mhm.
whatever. But as soon as I can tag you in a rifle and say, I'm shooting up your school tomorrow, nothing happens.
They turn the eye.
Yeah.
They turn the
Like,
eye.
you turn a blind eye, that's fucked up.
I think the Buffalo shooter also was posting on Facebook saying like, oh, I staked out the place. Like, he went to go look at the place
Yeah.
like a week before he actually went to do the shooting.
So,
That's
so if they
crazy.
posting this shit like
Months
Pro-
before, like they're
months
planning
or,
it
you know,
months
prior
before,
before you
so
ruin it,
when the
doing this
time
and that.
why
comes.
does nobody say nothing?
They're planning.
Why don't you say something?
I feel like, honest, because think about it, like I
'Cause they
said
don't want
earlier,
to.
I
they
know
don't
exactly
want to.
why. I know exactly why. It's
Talk
like
to
this. You ever had like a follower or someone you were following?
Yeah.
And you just like seeing they post, you just be like, oh my god, they always
Yeah.
posting something stupid. I don't really want to read. So they're probably swiping right past this.
They just
motherfucker.
ignored
but
it.
the thing is, when it comes to him, he was reaching out to people that
Yeah,
didn't
like
know
if
him
you're
from a can of
tagged in
paint.
it,
Right.
And he
You-
was
He was tagging
Yeah.
his Instagram followers. No,
But if it's a random
people
person
he
that hits
followed.
you up, you gonna look at it like, what the hell is this? And you just
That's what I'm
gonna
saying.
keep
If somebody
scrolling.
tagged me in a gun, I'm like, yo, this ain't somebody just randomly tagging me talking about buy Bitcoin. This is somebody saying, oh, you're tagging me in a rifle. And then people are going to his DM saying, why did you do this? Oh, I have a secret to tell you. Guess what I'm about to do tomorrow?
Report.
If you put in the energy to have the conversation with the person, you find out this information. Why don't you say something?
Exactly.
Like,
I've heard
report it,
that.
bro.
They should-
But
And
the
then
fuck
what
you
did
doing?
Beto O'Rourke say? I think, excuse me if I'm saying his name wrong, but the Democratic candidate for governor of Texas, he called the governor out and was like, basically, this was predictable.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that tell you? America love this shit.
It's getting worse, honestly.
It's getting
This is
worse.
America.
And it's getting to the point where it's like, fuck, like
They're embarrassing.
It's
America,
fucking
that is.
embarrassing.
I wanna be
America's
here.
already a
We
state
owe
for living
everybody
in
money.
At this point.
What's
They
going
owe
on?
me
August
money.
of 2022. First
Shit.
of all, between
The fuck?
Like,
between
honestly.
mass
Y'all owe me a
shootings,
stimulus.
right?
They
Thank
owe
you.
my
I didn't get my fucking stimulus.
No, they
I
owe
need
me
my
more than
shit.
this.
I ain't getting
Well,
no.
no, you know
My
what?
shit.
I'm glad you brought that up. The thing is,
Give
a
me
lot
my
of people
money.
are happy about that stimulus because we went through a lot of shit in the pandemic. We lost money,
Yeah.
but I knew for a fact, and I said this in a group chat I was in. I said, "Listen, y'all, we got this money. We gonna pay for that shit later.
course.
We gonna
Yeah,
really
of
pay for it
course.
because
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now gas is damn near
$6.
It's gonna be
about to go.
$6 by the
It's about
summer.
to be
I'm about to
$6.
start
By the
walking,
summer.
Joe.
I'm finna get me a horse.
I'm
riding me a horse.
I'm gonna get me a horse because Honey Bunch.
I mean, we could be texting.
it's like
we
the
texting.
price. What is it?
Yeah,
The price of
yeah.
gas is a combo meal.
For real.
No, it's not.
Like-
You wanna know why? Because the combo meal done went up too.
You're right. You're
that drink was
You're
The
right.
bill ain't $5 and some change no more. That's
Nah.
about $7 and some change down to $8.
$6.
That's fucking crazy. I mean, I never thought in a million years. That's like, damn, like 2022, gas is $6, damn near $6 a gallon. Kids is getting killed in school.
Everybody fucking
And-
pregnant. Everybody having kids. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
What the
big
fuck going
boom
on?
series.
But the thing
It
is,
ain't no milk.
I mean, it's
it's
happening so
but
early, like right
but they
after
wanna-
high school
Or
too.
chicken
All
wings.
the no real nigga shit.
there's
Ain't
no,
no
It ain't
milk.
no formula on
Yeah.
these shelves.
Ain't
for
no
the
milk.
babies.
So how you
No.
finna take care of the baby? It finna die.
Remember,
Yeah.
but they had to recall because a few babies died.
Yeah,
But
but
it
it's
still ain't-
and that's
it
the
ain't
thing.
no
Why is there?
Yeah.
Why
That's
is
the
there
problem.
recall?
Ain't no milk.
Ain't no milk.
We all know America is about money. Whatever is top. Let me tell you something. Whatever is top sells. Whatever sell, like whatever can market to where it's like, okay, once upon a time,
Not long
veganism
ago.
was looked upon like, oh, y'all vegan,
Yeah.
vegan. Oh, you don't eat meat. I don't eat meat.
Well, sometimes
And I
they
was
give me
vegan for a
gas.
year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now that everyone is like, okay, they want to go on the vegan. What?
Go ahead.
Everybody's on the vegan train.
Listen. I like me some steak and some
Yeah, but
chicken.
now that a lot more people are on the vegan train,
Uh-huh.
now it's like, oh, well, let's capitalize off of this. Let's
Mhm.
pretend this Impossible Whopper is vegan, but it's got more chemicals in it than an actual beef burger.
Hell yeah.
But you
Let's
ever,
put out almond milk that's not almonds
Milk.
and
Yep.
water
It's-
Yes,
and, or oats and water that you
Yep.
can make it, or cashews and water.
Yeah.
Let's put all this shit that I can't fucking pronounce
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
Why?
goddamn.
Why fuck not? Are you crazy?
Exactly.
it makes it taste a
Let's
little
kill
It's
better.
all
us
about
all.
it's all about
Shit.
capitalizing here, and it's
Mm.
like, damn, it gets to the point where I'm like, I'm afraid for my babies.
Mhm.
It's like, damn, what is the world going to be like when we're old?
See, this is the
It
thing,
got to a
right?
point where
So,
like
it's a
the
couple
air
of-
we breathe
oh, my
actually-
bad.
Oh, sorry, he's straight. Go ahead.
No, you done?
I just realized what I was gonna say was gonna be kind of like whoa, but
We like, whoa.
Yeah.
okay. Well, it's gotten to a point where like the air we breathe is already toxic.
That's true.
We're
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah,
every day.
especially in New York
yeah.
We're
City.
dying every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been
Shit,
like that
they
for
got a
years.
whole new
Everybody
strand, a whole new disease like every
Yeah.
month.
Like,
Now it's
like
monkeypox.
There's monkeypox now, and if
like
you-
COVID
yeah.
just came out of nowhere.
But they're saying the monkeypox is actually another strand of a STD.
Yeah, because
And
it
then-
comes from
Yeah, I heard
sex.
it was sexually
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah,
From
monkeypox.
men.
And it's everywhere now instead
Ooh.
of instead
Oh, I'm
of
sick
back
of
in the
this.
day.
Y'all
It was
better,
just
y'all
in the
better check
United
y'all
States.
penises.
They
No,
say
they
it's
said
from
you
men
can get
on
it.
men.
I
You
don't
can
have
get
one.
it. You
Yeah.
can get it from men because they
Yeah.
have the STDs and they have the weak immune system. That's why it's most.
Wait, who got a weak immune system?
Y'all niggas be kind of fucked up.
Oh no, don't
Sure
speak
do.
on
But
me.
you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? But the crazy part about it is
Mm.
the one thing that can actually help you get better. Like, say, come on,
Sex.
y'all. What?
What?
You know, I agree with her.
You know what? Okay, let me tell y'all something. Live audience.
Hey.
Even though I did say that this was not going to be Bring the Funny podcast, I do want to let you guys know that we're going to try to bring some light into this fucked up situation that we're in. Don't get me wrong. We are not making fun of what's going on with the victims. We are not making fun of anybody that's going through any type of trial and tribulations regarding losing a baby, losing a mother, father, inflation, stimulus. You know, I'm sorry you didn't get yours. And, you know, we're not making fun of none of that. But at the end of the day, you know.
You got to laugh to keep from crying.
Okay.
Because my thing is, I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like, damn, like, I'm looking at my son and I'm like, fuck. Like, really? Like, I could get, like, my thing is, I got a phone call from his school because he just don't fucking listen. He's walking with a bottle cap. I'm like, stop opening the water bottle with your mouth. Stop it. He does it anyway. He's just swallowing the bottle cap. The school calls me being rushed to the hospital. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, distraught. I'm like, oh shit, you know, let me get there. And his sister's crying. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But he was okay.
That's good.
That's good. That's
to
good.
get a phone call saying he's not, I'm sorry to inform you, or BSO calling saying, can I speak to the parent of my son? And I'm like, no, it hits different. It's like, you know, what can you say to somebody? That's why I'm like, I don't like that bitch that followed that woman around with that camera. Like, I don't like that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You following around with his fucking, I said, but you know what's crazy? If she would have whooped his ass and broke that phone.
She got arrested.
Exactly. Oh, she want to press charges. She brought fuck your camera, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
for real.
Her son is gone.
For real.
He worked hard as fuck. She said we worked day and night to make sure that he got on A and B honor roll. And you mean to tell me the day he got an award for A B honor roll?
It's a day
You left. The
think
award
you
ceremony.
come back.
And then you coming back saying the boy that you celebrated is the boy you got to now bury? That's some bullshit. And he's talking about, oh, he was bullied. We were all bullied. And we're all black.
Yeah. That's not an excuse.
Name one black person that will go and shoot up a school. And it's not about, oh, well, our parents would beat our ass. We know better.
Okay.
We wouldn't do no shit like that. Yeah, we need to stop killing each other because that's what the fuck they want. But we ain't going up to no fucking school
and shooting up.
You ain't. That's crazy.
I want to say. Go ahead.
I honestly feel like that's where it all starts, in the home.
It does.
Yeah.
I hear y'all about saying in reference to mental health and so forth, but it honestly starts in the home. I don't know. It's just something different from their household and ours, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't know what he went through.
We don't.
Yeah.
But what we do know for a fact is that there's a complete difference between their household
and our household
and ours.
Yeah.
Especially how they talk to each other.
Especially
what
how they talk.
They are so free.
Fuck you, mom. And I think that's where it starts right there. Like, you ain't telling your mama. Fuck you, mom. Okay, that's not happening here, Billy.
And some of them actually try to come into our household and say, "What? You let your mom talk to you like that?"
Yes.
I won't talk. You want me to go say something to her? Like, go ahead.
You gonna end up in the fucking casket with me.
I will see you in the afterlife. Okay.
We both gonna be in the same casket. I promise you.
But all bullshit aside, like I don't, and it's crazy because they show us time and time on all these movies.
That's what I'm saying.
As far as how it really goes, and they're always angry. They're always fucking angry with their parents. Like, but why?
But you know what? It gets deeper. That's why I said, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It starts at home.
Exactly. That's why in elementary school, preschool, no matter what, mental health is, and don't get me wrong, I'm not taking up for the suspect, but mental health is important. It is important. Therapists in the schools is important. Utilize give us the resources in public schools, private schools, all around the board.
Yeah, they all need it.
Mental health is a real issue. Some people just, my thing is, one thing about, and I'm going to say this, and I don't give a damn who gets offended. One thing about us black people, we were born around royalty. We're strong naturally. We're just that warrior. Like, I love being black. And I'm not taking away from any race, but we just built different.
Hell yeah.
You know the saying, Ford tough?
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah.
We
I'm gonna put that on a shirt. You know the saying
Okay.
for it tough. That's us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that.
whole lot of
Yeah.
gay shit.
Right.
I like that.
Thank
I
you.
like that.
Thank you.
So when you make
Fine,
the
that's
shirt,
fine.
I'm a size.
She
I'm
gonna
a
want
size
it.
medium.
She
Oh, all
gonna want
right,
it.
I
I'm a
got
size
you.
medium.
I got
Thank
you.
you.
But that's
Thank you.
us.
Hashtag whole lot
We
of gay
have to
shit.
go
That's gonna be
through.
wrong.
My thing is, we had to go. My thing is, we're taking on the baggage of what our ancestors went through.
Yeah.
We going taking on what our parents and grandparents went through,
Slavery.
and then on top, my mom wasn't no slave.
Well, damn.
No, I'm saying like
She's saying back,
Yeah, back
way
in the
back,
day,
back.
yeah.
But no,
Shit.
it's just the fact that we have to take on all this, and then on top of that, the fact that, like I told you, the fact that you have your own podcast. Everybody on your podcast is black with locks. I don't like saying dreads because we all know how that origin started with dreads. They're locks. They're beautiful, no matter what.
Wait, how
And
did that
the fact,
origin start?
okay, so basically,
I'm actually very interested.
Me too.
you know,
Yeah.
our hair. Some of us have coarse hair, fine
Yeah.
hair, but more so the fine hair comes from the fact that we're like mixed with the European descent.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So basically, back then we weren't really mixed with European descent, and we had coarse hair, and our hair used to
Kinky.
lock up.
Mm.
And the fact that white slave owners would be like, "Oh, your hair, it's locking up. It's dreadful," and that's how they came on the term
Dreadlocks. Oh, that makes sense.
That's the part they
It's to be
just
called
naturally
dreadful.
let theirs
It's to be
lock
called
in.
dreadful locks,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I don't use the term dreadlocks. I say locks because at the end of the day, your hair, my hair, it's beautiful. It's ours.
Mhm.
Because my thing is, if it wasn't so great, then why is it trying to be mimicked?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's one thing about us is the fact that
Culture appropriation.
thank you. So it's kind of like, damn, like we're just built different. But my thing is, and on top of that, we were born into royalty. We were born into royalty.
Yes, we were.
We didn't need to be here. We was good where we were.
Yeah.
Y'all
So
came and can't pick this ass
Thank
up.
you.
Y'all can't
And
pick this
thank
up.
you. And it's like we already give that intimidation.
Mhm.
Just on how we look. We're all beautiful and black and
We
different
glow in the
complexions.
sun, man.
Thank
We
you.
is golden.
Melanin. So it's kind of like you look at us and you see trouble.
Black
Yeah.
is beautiful.
You don't see us. My thing is we go through shit, but we gotta,
Hold it in and be strong.
exactly be
pretend,
strong. And I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you something. Black women, we go through shit and we're drowning. High five, black woman, you got it. White woman, it's oh my god, save her.
Yeah.
There's
But
understand.
She's having a mental breakdown.
exactly.
Fuck
But
a
when
bitch.
we have a mental breakdown, it's frowned upon. Oh,
Yeah.
who the fuck are you to have a mental
We don't
breakdown?
have time.
Yeah,
That's
being
why I
black,
said-
it's not okay.
It's
Apparently,
not.
it's not okay
That's
to go
why
through
it is
stuff.
very
Yeah.
important. No
You
matter
have to be
what
strong.
race you are, no one as a child is. I don't feel like any child, no matter what race you are, is to go through any type of trauma. You weren't born to go through trauma like that as a child.
Yeah.
You definitely weren't born to be murdered.
Yeah.
Definitely
So
wasn't.
it's like, okay, how do we fix this? Stronger gun laws. And it's
Yeah.
like some people, you can pass a screening because people are manipulators.
Mhm.
I've manipulated my way out of work so many times, but
Facts.
but it's just the fact that screening and also psychological evaluation should be necessary
Mhm.
because you
facts.
can't fake that
Mhm.
because any professional is going to be like, that motherfucking crazy.
Yeah.
No,
He know his shit.
I feel like just like they make it requirements for your kids to have, these vaccines when
Yeah.
it comes to going to school.
Mhm.
They
Or-
need to include
right.
physical and mental.
Thank you.
See, but that's the only.
But that's
But you
also
know
in
what's
the
crazy,
household
though?
Or
too,
you
though.
say because if
You
it's
know-
mental evaluation, the pharmaceutical companies are going to push a certain agenda for them to be diagnosed certain things.
It doesn't
Yeah,
even
give
have
a
to go
pills
that
and shit to
far.
take.
But you don't. But you don't
It
have to
doesn't-
take it
It
because
doesn't have to go that far as to where they're on meds, but it
Mhm.
needs to be on record somewhere, somehow, that they're fucked up mentally.
Mhm.
So when it comes down to them
Mhm.
trying to,
Mhm.
buy a gun, one way
Can't-
somehow they see, no, you're mentally fucked up. No, go.
You can't have it.
You can't
Sorry.
have it. Go.
Sorry.
So
Back the fuck up.
I can't see it. So
Probably seen
But-
cavities.
But I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
I want.
This shit really got me like.
I wanted
Yeah.
to touch base on something. So, like, all right. So, one of the things that I feel like that contributes to situations like this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was younger, growing up, you had to be a certain age to buy certain games. I don't think they push that no more. As
They
long as
don't. You could just buy any
like,
Yeah,
game.
you
at
had
any
to be a
age.
certain
Yeah.
age to get into a movie theater.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
They have it
Need-
up there rated PG-13. If you was PG-13, I was like, okay, but rated R, it was where your mama? Where your
Yeah.
mama? They
Yep.
lost sight of it
'Cause-
because why? Because of money.
Because I feel like, all right, so for example, the shooting in Buffalo, right? The guy
Yeah.
put on his own Twitch. So what does that show you? Like, he's a gamer.
Right.
So the way when I saw that video, I couldn't tell the difference between that and Call of Duty. Like, I was like, damn, this nigga's good. Like, I watched it and I'm like, the way he sat there and then went in the corner, reloaded, came back out. I'm like, I can't tell the difference between Call of Duty and that. Like, that's
Right.
how I
They
would play
both
the
look
game.
the
Right.
fucking
So
same.
that shows me that training that he did came from him playing hours and hours and hours of Call of Duty.
He
Right.
researched.
So then on top of that, I also look at as far as like social media.
Mhm.
I feel like now because it's becoming, oh, you want it on me? All right. So
They can't see you.
so because of social media, I feel like it's becoming a situation now where feelings are being out of touch. Your
Yeah.
feelings
Yeah.
come from
Yeah.
a tap, like I like this or
Mhm.
whatever, right? So people are coming out of touch with one another, and they're not going outside. People ain't going outside no more. If
They're
you watch,
disconnected
if you
from-
watch
they're
the Trick
disconnected
Daddy
from themselves.
interview on the Breakfast Club, he talks about a lot of these different topics, things that is not like how it was before, and you can tell that's
Yeah.
adding on to the changes
These
that we're
kids are
feeling
behind
the
a
effects of now.
computer all the
So
time.
when I heard about the metaverse, that scared the out of me. Because when I saw that, and I'm like, wow, you can literally live your life in a headset now. You don't even got to go outside no more.
Right.
You can go outside
They're
in your
having
head.
concerts
Yeah.
on the VR shit.
You don't
Yeah,
have to
virtual
go
reality.
nowhere now.
I
You
ain't gotta
can-
go to an arena and watch you. I could just put this bitch on,
And-
fuck
Right
my
there.
brain up, and be like, oh shit, Megan Thee Stallion.
And-
Okay.
and my-
That was in a
Mhm.
Netflix. That was in a
Yeah.
Netflix show too.
Black Window.
Yeah.
Right.
Roku,
Yeah,
yeah,
Black
Black
Window.
Window. That's
Black
what it's
Mirror,
called.
Black
Black
Mirror.
Mirror.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it's
Right.
called.
Never
So
seen
I
it.
think that was episode 2 or something like that, and it had the
Never
guy
seen
from
it.
Get Out. Is
Yeah.
that was yeah. So I seen that one, but I feel like that's where the world's coming to now, where it's more so everything through your phone. Like when Nipsey died, I got off of social media because it was just getting to a
Man,
point where it
that
was just
hit
like
different.
What the
like
fuck?
That
it
hurt.
was happening too fast. Like it was like,
Mhm.
oh, such and such got shot.
Oh,
Oh, he's
what?
dead. Wait, what?
Hold
How do I
on.
process that? Like that's too fast. He was just
Yeah.
alive 10 minutes ago.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Like,
And
hello.
whatever, even though I don't know him personally, the
Yeah.
relationship I have as far as his music and what he meant to me as far as music, that was something to me.
Yeah,
that
of course.
What
contributed to
he
my day-to-day
meant
basis.
to me is for business wise and what he was doing for the community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the fact
That's-
but
that's
you know
what
what?
caught
But
my
you know
eye,
what
too.
the sad part about it is the fact that you have some people that you have some celebrities that when they make their money and they
back.
come on top, they come back, and you have
Mhm.
some people that don't leave. Excuse me, but I don't blame the people that leave and don't come back. Look what happened to Nipsey. Look what happened to Young Dolph.
It's a broken system though, because
It's
if nobody
bro-
comes back, then who's gonna change anything? Because
Exactly, but
politicians ain't
it's
changing
difficult because
For real.
at the end of the day, everything we do starts with us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everything. Even that guy who killed them kids, if he would have started with himself and said, you know what, I'm first of all, you 18 about yours.
Mhm.
You're
Okay.
18. You're a grown ass man by this at this point. Or I'm sorry, not a grown ass man, you're an adult male.
Mhm.
And what point do you say, you know what? I'm not going to take the life of an 8-year-old, an injured 8-year-old and take
I'm
the
start a
life of
business.
11-year-olds. I'm going to invest in my mental health. That's
Mhm.
what it all boils down to. But the government does not give a shit
But
about
as far
that.
as foreigners,
Yeah.
that's not even like.
Oh, damn.
That's
First
First
of
say
all-
something.
But,
My
That gotta
bad!
say something.
but as far
What
as
happened?
like when it comes down to mental health and minorities and stuff like that, and I'm even add the Hispanics. I'm not excluding them either.
No, they're
That-
minorities.
That
Yeah.
is not praised or even promoted.
Talked about, yeah.
Like for me to tell you, I've talked to a therapist. You'll look at me like,
What
"What's
the
wrong
fuck?
with this?"
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I
why
do.
did he?
With no problem.
But it actually
It helps.
it helps and
Yeah.
it's nice because when you go through things as a child, most of the time you had to figure out how you cope with your
How you deal with your own
life
shit by
trauma.
yourself.
There
yeah.
was nobody teaching you because your parents probably had to go out there and get it, especially
Mhm.
if they're foreigners or
Yeah.
they didn't
Yeah.
have and they had to build to make sure you have food and clothes to go to school,
Mhm.
Right.
right? So they weren't able to teach you on how to deal with stress, how to deal with your emotions when you're going through things, how to deal with a heartbreak,
Yeah.
like how to deal with bullying. You know what I mean?
Because I watched my mother, go through as an adult. I watched my mom, suffer from in certain issues because she was a single mom. And not only was she a single mom at one point in time with 2 girls, she was selfless enough to, adopt 3 boys. 2 boys and then another boy.
Yeah.
So I have brothers and sisters because she made a selfless move.
Yeah.
She moved us and my grandmother and my siblings down here to South Florida because where we were was so dangerous.
Yeah, had to get different
and
scenery.
it's like she was my age. She was a year younger than me when she did it. So it's kind of like, damn, where was her outlet growing up? Where was her outlet of saying, there's a mental health therapist of saying, hey, I got you. What do you need? I'm her firstborn. She had me when she was 20. At 20, I didn't know my ass from a hole in the ground. So it's like, shut up. You know what? Damn it. I can't say shit around you. But it's like, it all starts with that. That's why I feel like when we're young, when we start to kind of like you say with your 5-year-old, everything is princess, unicorns. My son's 7. All he gives a shit about is his phone and Beyblade and all that. When you are at that age,
Shout out to Beyblade.
Y'all need to grow up.
At least he's playing Beyblade.
Y'all need to grow up.
He's 7.
At least he's playing with it.
That's
good.
What else is age? I like that cartoon. It was a good cartoon.
Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't. See, here's the thing. I didn't grow up playing Grand Theft Auto. I didn't. I did not grow up playing that. I didn't know nothing about it. I thought it was a racing game. So when he...
For real?
Hey, the last one was racing game.
The word is Grand Theft Auto.
She ain't never pressed R2.
Okay.
I thought it was kind of like, run around, collect some coins, like a Sonic with dudes in Los Angeles. And, he made honor roll and he got
collect coins, all right.
He made honor roll and he was like, I want this. And I'm like, I didn't buy it, but I was like, okay, yeah, he can get that. Until one day, some girl was on Facebook playing the game, and I'm like, ooh, girl, that's crazy. Like, oh, that's GTA 5. I'm like, wait, my son got that.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's like, real talk, just to get back on a serious subject, it has to start when you're little.
Yeah.
It has to. You don't want to get, I remember, explaining to my mom that I remember my first anxiety attack. I was 9 years old. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was about. I was paranoid all the time, and I was 9, and I didn't know how to explain that to her. And it's not all about having conversations with children, because sometimes kids don't know how to talk to their parents.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm going through this, and then if your child can't explain it, you're like, oh, okay, oh, whatever. But it's like in elementary school, there should be therapists there. If you're being bullied or if you're going through hard times at home, encourage your children to say something. But you already know how, and especially in our household, no shade, our house, our business. Don't be telling nobody what goes on in our household. But sometimes in life, you gotta say something in order for you to help yourself, because then you become older and you become a monster and you're like, how did I get here?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's a double-headed sword when it comes to our household, because being that we're raised the way that we are, we're tough to the point where we are able to deal with more things versus the other household. To the point where we're not flipping out because somebody called us out of our name, or, oh, you a bitch. Oh, thank you. I take that with pride, actually. Versus like them getting bullied and it's like, oh, I have to retaliate. Like
I have to shoot up a school.
So I don't know. It's really like a double-headed sword. I don't know. I'm
not blaming anything on. Don't get me wrong. He was fucking wrong, and I hope he rots in hell for what the fuck he did. But I mean, at the end of the day, I can't make that call. But for me, you took a life of a child that could have been mine. There is a lot of people in Texas right now who are planning funeral arrangements because they're burying babies.
Kid.
Shout out to the 2 funeral homes that decided they were going to cover all the funerals.
Yeah, that's good. That was really good. But it's like, could you imagine having a nephew? I know some of you don't have kids. A nephew, godson, goddaughter. Someone that you're a friend that's close to you, that you got to be a support system. Like, your babies are related to me. So imagine,
Ain't no way,
or
boy.
and vice versa. So it's kind of
Ain't no
like,
way.
imagine if I get a phone call saying my son or my little cousins, they're not coming home.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, it
Ain't
hit
no
different.
way. It's like,
Ain't no
for
way.
me, it's like, fuck. Like,
Can't process that.
you
Mhm.
can't.
Yeah,
You can't.
that's hard.
And it's like, damn, it's like, we can't do shit. One, they ain't listening to us. It took those teenagers at Stoneman Douglas to go over to the Sunrise Civic Center and start demanding shit. And from 2018 to 2022, ain't shit been done.
Yeah.
Ain't shit.
Yeah.
Because they capitalize off of that shit. Just like I said earlier, America loves mass shootings. The
Mhm.
media,
Oh
they
my
love
God.
it.
Yep.
Oh,
They love
somebody got shot
tragedy.
today. It's like
Yeah.
going down the street to get a fucking lollipop.
They love tragedy.
yeah.
I would
They
say
love
Any form of
tragedy.
I would
love
say
tragedy, but they don't like focus
also
on mental
y'all
health.
like everybody, if you watching this from live or if you end up catching this on any streaming platform, that check on your peoples because
Please.
like me, I can't help it. I'm one of them type of people. I'm a people's person.
Mhm.
Like if I see you and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like
Right. A lot of people are
I'm
like,
a
yeah.
helpful person, so y'all gotta check on y'all peoples because y'all don't know what they're going through,
Mhm.
and you don't know that might be your cousin that might be thinking that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Black, white, Hispanic, Asian.
And it's sad we don't
you know
think
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
Like you gotta check
That's
on
true.
people. I say hi and good morning to anybody that walk past me, just because you never know what they're going through, and your good morning might change their day.
Let me
And
tell
they may
you,
go from
You
I'm finna
right.
shoot this up to you know what? I appreciate that person saying good morning to me.
Maybe not
Mhm.
today.
Yeah, maybe not today.
Mhm.
If it does happen, I'm gonna tell them to stay
let
home.
me tell you
Yeah.
something.
Might hit
Yeah.
different.
I witnessed a very bad. Okay, so this one guy, he was driving, right?
Mm.
And this teenager was in the street. He shouldn't have been in the street. He's throwing rocks at the car. Get the hell out the way. He's throwing rocks at the car. That dude ran that teenager over. And when the cops came, he said, take me to jail for the rest of my life. I don't care. My wife and my 3 kids were involved in a car accident, and they all died. And this dude want to play in play in traffic and throw rocks in my car. I have nothing else to live for.
Oh my God.
Just imagine how his life would have been if that teenager would have just got out the way or said what you said, good morning.
Mhm.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, life is too fucking short.
Yeah, you don't know
And
what these
you
people
don't
going
know,
through.
and some people don't feel like that. They're like, "Oh, what happened over there? It ain't gonna happen over." It happened in our backyard
It's
4
still-
years ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
4 years ago, it was in our backyard,
Mm.
and they're like, "Oh, well, it ain't gonna come." And my thing is, we gotta stop saying this whole "it ain't gonna come to the black school" because what if it does tomorrow?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it may come to this black school and it may not be a black person. That do it.
I was just
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
let me tell you
It can
something.
come to a black
In
school
2018,
boy.
my stepdaughter, I'll never forget this day. My stepdaughter was in middle school. I'm not even going to say the school, but it was a predominantly, well, somewhat. She was in school, and it said that first it was a gun, then it was a knife. She was scared out of her fucking mind. She was texting us, talking about, come pick her up. She don't want to be in school. She's scared. And the fact that I have an IT background, I was able to kind of, get into her phone. And she didn't even have an iPhone at the time, but I was able to track her every movement. And it's like, she's not my daughter, but her grandmother was out there. Her father was out there. And it's like, you got to report to them like, yo, she's fine. Her phone's in her pocket. Her heart rate is this. So she's alive.
Oh,
Nothing's
damn,
happening
this
to her.
phone's selling you.
That's the thing.
She had an Apple Watch or something?
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She was in 7th, 8th grade at the time. She had an Android phone.
Mm.
And the fact that I was able to get on the phone with my stepdad and be like, yo, how do I tap into her phone? How do I hack into her phone so that way I can, monitor this? And I told her what apps to download.
Mhm.
I could see her heart rate and everything. I'm like, she's good. This is her heart rate. This is that.
That's a good app to have. You
Yeah,
got
but
kids.
it's like, I have to have it to make sure she's safe in school when she's scared.
Mhm.
Like, my son is 7. Do we have cell phones at 7?
I ain't had no fucking phone at 7 years old.
I
But
think
see,
I had
it's
my
a
first phone
different-
at 16.
See, I had a
It's a
track phone,
different
one of the
era,
wild
like-
phones with a button on them, and I ain't changed one until like 8th grade. So nah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a
I was
different era
16
because they
when I
growing
got my
up.
first phone.
They
I had
growing
a
up
pager,
with
that's
phones
how old
and
I
social
am.
media.
Oh,
like
wow.
they growing up
Ain't
with
no, oh,
phones,
wow. What you
social
mean?
media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
Ain't nothing wrong with a little
Snapchat.
pager.
They growing up with all these different
Yeah.
things. Like
Right.
I remember the only thing they had was like MySpace. I remember that era.
Yeah.
Like well, that's it.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
But now it's
Yeah.
like you could literally watch somebody their whole life. Like
Mhm.
every time they post on Snapchat, they get up, what they ate, what they did when they worked out, what time they went to sleep.
Yeah.
Like this, that, and the third. Like social media got people, everybody, people you
Obsessed.
probably should have never ran into
Yeah.
in your
Mhm.
life.
Yeah.
You done ran into them because of social media.
Let me ask you a
Mhm.
question. Do you think that with a lot of things, that's the crime and stuff that's going on in the world is behind social media?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Mhm.
driven through
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
Because everybody want to look like this person, want to have this money about.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So y'all.
You got. I think about it this way. Like for example, right? We in the era of
It's
South
not even-
Florida scammers, right? So you think about it. All right, you on social media. You probably working 9 to 5. You just trying to make a living, American dream, this, that, and the third. But you got a person on your social media. This man got 20, 30,000 every time, throwing it on the money, walking on top of it. Balenciagas, taking flights, private.
Walking
plane.
on
And you
$30,000,
like-
he
Yeah.
deserved to get it taken.
You like, damn, bro, living so good, but you know what he do? He don't
Yeah.
work. He don't got no regular job or nothing like that.
Mhm.
He's scamming.
Right.
And then,
Mhm.
to some people, that lifestyle is more important than breathing.
Yep.
And they'll go do something illegal just so they can get that same lifestyle. And the same thing with certain, I ain't a woman, but there's some certain women that's cutting on themselves because somebody they seen on social media. Not because they genuinely feel like they don't like how they look or feel, just that the stigma that's being pushed on social media through algorithms, that, oh, that's the look. That's what I need to
But
look
it's
like.
not just social
And I
media
need to go
though.
cut on
It's
myself to
media
go
in
look like
general.
it.
It's the grand
I-
media in general.
I don't know if social media is what's driving the violence.
I
It's
agree.
part of it. I'll say
Only
it's
It's
part
in
of
your
it.
face a lot, though.
It's
I
a
agree.
big part of
Yeah.
it because you see.
It's if anything, what social media drives is the
front.
scamming and
Yeah.
the
The
facade.
low self-esteem.
It draws the facade, but as
Of a high
far as
lifestyle.
with the correct, like the
Mm.
bodies and the high life and those type of
Yeah.
things, but as far as like the
Violence.
violence,
It's no.
that's
It's
been
captured.
going on.
I
It's
feel like
captured
games,
Yeah.
now.
TV shows.
Got it
Okay,
up to
you
be.
see it more because let's like you take it back to the infamous Emmett Till. Like
Yeah.
they were still shooting in black and white. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
so social media wasn't even a thing of nobody. Social media wasn't a thought to the creators of social media.
But see,
Mhm.
this is what I would say with social media. Like, for example, I seen a video where this dude was getting jumped. And this is the difference between the two eras
Yeah.
of when I was growing up and what it's like growing up now. Dude was getting jumped, right? He fall, he's getting back up or whatever. And as he's getting back up, the dude turns around, grabs his gun, and shoots the dude, right?
Mhm.
Now, in my day, somebody pull out a gun, everybody running.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Different
They
ways,
report.
jumping gates,
Right.
hiding, this, that, and the
They
third.
stood there like,
When I tell you, the
grand
dude
finale.
stayed there with his phone,
To record
did not
it.
move.
Mhm.
The people in the backdrop did not run. This dude is on the ground.
What are you
Somebody
doing?
ran to go make sure he was good.
Everybody just watched him die.
Watching
Yeah.
him get
Fucking
shot and
crazy.
just
Now
laying there.
that is true. Like
That's sad.
everybody wants to catch it. Like
Yeah.
that I
The
don't
best
understand.
video.
That is
Everybody
sick as
want a
hell.
moment. It's
Yeah.
like everything
Yep.
is everybody. You know what? The
They don't
fucked up
even
part
call
about everybody.
911
No,
no more.
everybody
Yep.
want to be fucking viral.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
The
like
best
no
video.
matter
video.
if like okay, there was a shooting
Then
over there
you
at
go
Lauderhill
viral,
Mall.
go famous,
Somebody,
go
the
famous,
dude
make
clipped the
money.
boy at Lauderhill Mall.
Yeah.
Everybody, call 911. Bitch, you get off your damn live
Yeah.
and call 911. What the fuck is you
Yeah,
doing?
the-
Everybody want to have that moment.
Why are you
Everybody want to have it.
broadcasting a bad-
Everybody,
a
you know
bad
what's
moment?
crazy? Ever since that dude who put out Jay-Z getting kicked by Solange,
Yeah.
and he was able to give all this money and shit. Everybody wants to have that moment to just be like, oh, it was my video, it was my video, it was mine, it was mine. Fuck your video, save a life.
For real.
Like that boy probably could have made it, but everybody around with their fucking camera phone, oh, call 911. Why aren't you the bitch to call 911?
You want
Okay.
the best video.
You're standing
the best
right
angle.
the
Mhm.
fuck there. That's why I said it's.
That's crazy. There was a mom. My mom's son died, and his friends, no one cared about the phone. They went over, rushed to the dude, and made sure, is his pulse, if his pulse is okay, is he keep bleeding, but he still died. But
Mhm.
at the funeral, she commended them for like, if
At
these
least
are
trying to
not
help
true
him save
friends,
him.
then I don't know what to
Right.
tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or the guy in Deerfield when the guy got shot, he going like this. What the fuck is you taking a selfie for? This nigga dying.
But see, this is so regular now. Like, I literally just went on
it's
social
sick.
media, and the first post said, student caught with assault rifle outside of Texas high school.
What
I'm
the?
not telling you. Just
Yeah,
post it on.
it's
Bro.
this
It's
shit, man.
becoming normal.
People out here
Like,
sick.
to see someone die, I remember, like, I can't even remember when the first
You know what
time I saw somebody die, right?
Mhm.
But, like, now it's so common.
So
you can see it
common.
on social
Wait, he was
media.
Yeah,
walking
no.
outside the school.
Yeah.
I forgot. Texas is open carry. That's
Yeah.
one of the
Memphis,
problems.
Yeah.
Atlanta,
Open carry.
like
Mhm.
there's a lot more places that's opening up now where they're open carry. You don't even need to you can just go get one.
It's the world is so fucked up that They know what the fuck they're doing.
It's fucked up because you know what's crazy? You know, we all know the damn circle of bullshit, as I call it.
Yep.
Starts with the mass shooting or something tragic happens. Motherfuckers run on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Oh, my thoughts and prayers. You don't give a fuck. You just want to be heard and seen.
Yeah.
For real.
Then it's like everybody's a lawyer and a judge now.
Oh my God. Bro.
And then it goes into this whole circle, and then it's like, okay, well, you know, the funeral happened, and then all of a sudden we're forgot about that. They forget about them, and then we just become numb to it. So it's kind of like a circle. I call it the circle of bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, because it's like, when does this circle stop? When is this like, you know what? Let's get off this track and make some shit happen. And they're not gonna do it because mass shootings make money.
Yeah.
Crime makes money.
Yeah.
Killing us makes money. And I'm going to speak on this shit. One, stopping the population between us makes it to where they are able to, you know, create more of them to where it stops us. Why do you think, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, I don't care. Why do you think that society praises if y'all decide to wear dresses? Think about it.
I ain't putting one on. I'm gonna let y'all know that.
Real talk.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Why are y'all praised? Y'all not praised for getting degrees, better jobs, being CEOs, but y'all are praised for wearing
They don't
dresses.
have to wear.
Y'all are
Painting our
praised
nails.
for because if you're praised for wearing dresses, your penis is not going in a woman.
You have to wear.
Yep.
You can't. You're not going to reproduce.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I was told just by having conversation. It was actually me and the girl who does my hair, the lady that does my hair. We was just having conversation, and there was a study done on the water that's given to inmates in prison.
Oh yeah.
The
That
dirty
thing
ass
turned
water.
that thing down. Yeah.
Not necessarily being dirty, but it's in the way that the guy finished off the study was he used a frog, and he gave the frog, it was a male frog, and he gave the frog the water. The male frog ended up turning into a female frog.
Oh.
So what they're saying is it's like that's why like you have, and for most of the part they put blacks in prison. So for the most part when they come out they're more like feminine
and
they're on the
so much
alternative side.
emotional and stuff like that because of
But
wow.
we can't say stuff like that because, like, oh, you're trying to talk down on it. No, I'm not trying to talk down on shit. But what I'm saying is that, think about it. I don't give a damn what the fuck you decide to be. If you want to be with a man, you want to be a woman, you want to be with a frog, I don't give a fuck. You know, but my thing is, it's like, with y'all are males. I don't give a fuck what your orientation is. But I'm going to tell you what gets praised the most because you're not making more of you. It's like, oh, shit. He want to wear a dress?
But see, I think it don't stop at a dress either. I think
it's a lot more.
When you look at it as far as like, I'll take like one of the biggest songs right now, that F&F, right? And that girl's pretty much celebrating the fact that she got rid of her nigga, she's single, she chilling outside with her ratchet friends.
Yeah.
Right? So and you take that, you take City Girls, you take what's it called? The Meg phrase. Some of Hot Girl Summer. Right? You take all that, right? And it just pretty much portray living a single life, not committing to nobody and just doing you. All that are things that slows down reproduction anyways. Because instead of you looking more so to work with somebody, you'll be thinking of a song and where you say, man, you know, like I'm gonna just do my.
But all those songs are sexualized too, though.
Yeah, sexualized means that at the end of the day, you live in a hot girl summer, and I know a lot of girls that listen to Hot Girl Summer are trying to get some hot girl dick. So it's like, excuse my language.
And that high plan B.
Oh my God.
72 hours, girl. 72 hours.
Yeah. Because in 3 days, baby, you'll be pregnant. I can't promise you.
That box a little difficult to open though.
This podcast is not sponsored by Plan B whatsoever. You cannot pick it up at your local Walgreens, Walmart.
Not just being advertised.
We gotta get paid somehow.
They trap Plan B.
We gotta get paid somehow.
They sponsor this video.
That shit big money right there.
For real.
Oh, speaking of Plan Bs.
No, we're not.
No, we're not speaking, but we're speaking because, like, when it comes to the whole
I'm
reproduction.
not taking it. I'm not
and-
taking it.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
male Yes.
They have the male birth control,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it all goes back to fucking up the more so male reproduction. But
Yeah.
Condom and pull out is way more cheaper.
Yeah.
Now,
Than
y'all
You know,
starting
the work
out
rate pull out
easy.
game, you straight.
That has a 730% success rate.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
mean-
sound like you're speaking
Yeah,
from
it doesn't matter
experience.
what-
Well,
Okay. Then do this. Wear a condom and still pull out.
Condoms. I thought condom was like 90.
99.9%.
99.9%.
The only
That
1% is
get
if
you
it's getting ripped.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I don't
Yeah.
know. My kids
Oh.
were just sent from heaven, so I can't
Yeah.
really speak.
Mine was sent from hell.
Oh, Lord.
Oh wow.
Wow. Whoa.
Hey, what's that? Turn on the west side.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
God.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Mm.
Don't turn it back on me. No, I had to end on it. Listen, you know. Okay, listen, y'all. This was, a podcast to, we all got together. The crazy part about it is we don't know each other. We
At all.
all just
I'm
met
from
today.
Canada,
We
Page,
all
literally.
just met today.
Right
And the
on.
fact
Right
is
on.
that
From
this
Canada.
started from, wait, what?
Canada.
Said she's
Oh,
from
for real?
Canada.
What part?
Okay, Drake.
Toronto.
Hey, you said we don't know.
Shout out to Winter Lanes.
Views.
But listen,
I don't
You-
shoot people.
Oh.
Winter Lanes. Oh, shut up.
Nah,
What?
you gonna exit that one out too because she trying it.
We're live, girl.
I told. Oh.
But in all seriousness, is that, we all came together to talk about something very serious. Mass shootings are not funny. Inflation isn't funny. The fact that we all thought that we were going to get stimulus to help the economy and it only made it worse is not funny.
Life
You
is
know,
ghetto.
I'm gonna leave.
right now. And then the fact is that there's a lot of things as far as our people, like we still have to educate and protect each other. It's not funny, but I'm bringing the funny podcast. So at the end of the day, it's like I want to bring love and light and also, bring people around me. Get a good look at yourselves. I want to I want to give people around me, to better just educate us and just understand that at the end of the day, we are all just, we all people. Look at you,
Yeah.
fool.
I was
But-
doing it.
I we all felt some type of way, regarding this mass shooting. And you went all as far as back as Columbine. And it's like, when does this shit stop? When is it like, damn, I don't want to prepare my baby to say, you know what, if this happens, do this. I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a big platform, but we all have a voice. And I do believe that at the end of the day, our voice should be heard no matter who we are, what color we are, what gender we are, no matter what. And that's what this was about today. So I thank, High Talks 420. I thank you, a part of Bring the Funny podcast. And I thank you, Temperature Podcast, for coming to just sit here with me, believing in my vision and saying, you know what, let's get together and let's really talk about this. But also shed light, shed the education, but also just, bring a little laughter into it. Because at the end of the day, laughter is good for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And with that,
Amen.
y'all, I love y'all. I am D. Rochelle of Bring the Funny podcast.
Coco from High Talks.
Justin from High Talks.
Vaughn from High Talks.
Your boy West South from Tip Chat Podcast.
Go ahead.
Oh, this winter, we rocking Bring the Funny.
Little
podcast.
Winter.
This big winter. This big winter. Big winter. I was just solo because I was just from Canada and I got to be from Lauderdale.
Oh my god.
And it's your boy Love from High Talks 420.
Hey,
Yeah, and it's us.
you already know.
It's we the people.
It is what it is.
Thank you.
You'll be the voice of the streets, Lil Durk.
Hey.
Hey,
Oh, wow.